Right.
also just bring it to their attention, you know?
Got it. Makes sense.
Um, yeah. Then another big guy in the space. I mean, we all know. Fortunately, the art meta seems to, for now, and I don't think forever. We know that the NFT space, there's different trends, and that's what a meta is. And art was a big meta during the bear market, but we have seen it drop down. So I've seen even in the last 24 hours, the sales on art blocks have been dismal. There was one or two squiggles. There's like barely any art blocks projects are getting traction at the moment. Whereas, you know, a couple of months ago, even in the bear market, we were seeing huge volume on art projects. We're still seeing Jack Butcher's art projects doing really well. So one of the biggest artists in the NFT space is Fewocious. And Fewocious is a young person in the space who's really come out and done some incredible things. And finally, his paint collection, which has been sitting there for a long time with people collecting and waiting, he's made this announcement. I've had to put off the sound just for copyright reasons, but basically there's going to be a PFP coming out, and depending on how much paint you own will determine how cool is that. I mean, he's a great artist. Depending on how much paint you own will determine the rarity of your NFT. And
Wow.
we've seen some incredibly massive sales on some big paint parcels. But I mean, he really is incredibly gifted. Anyone in the space, I love this art. I mean, have you seen anything like this?
Oh, oh, that's pretty cool. I actually fuck with that.
Yeah,
That's a cool advert. I really like that. Twenty
yeah,
thousand.
man.
So people are gonna be able to get into this. I assume it won't be that expensive to mint.
Yeah, but you're gonna need to have your paint. Eh? So
Mm.
you must buy your paint on OpenSea if you want to get
How
involved
much?
in
How
it.
much are they?
And they've gone up recently. I'm going to take you to it now. I'm hoping this will take it. Otherwise, I'll go through OpenSea. But I imagine that they're about point 0.3, point 0.4 last I checked, but I don't know exactly.
Jesus.
And that's for the entry level. That's for just
Does
one
that get you
paint.
whitelist?
Yes, so you'll be able to burn that paint
Got
for
it.
PFP.
That's cool.
And again, so some of the paints are one paint, those are the entry levels, but then you also get ones that are two paints, 10 paints in one NFT. And those will be rarer. And I think you'll be able, if you have, let's say, 10 one paint drops, I imagine you'll be able to burn 10 for a rarer NFT instead of burn 10 for 10 NFTs. I would imagine, but I do stand to be corrected over there. I'm trying to see. Yeah, bar paint. There we go. That's where I saw it.
Nifty
Okay, it's
gateway.
taking us to Nifty Gateway. Yeah, it's interesting. I've seen for the art world, Nifty Gateway is the go-to place. That remember that they're enforcing artist royalties. So OpenSea has lost a lot of artists to Nifty Gateway when they stopped enforcing.
For a $1,000 floor price.
So what's that? Half and either a bit over, so point 0.6. So
Wow.
yeah, they've almost 2x'd
I would love to get
since
into
the
that
announcement.
Avatar project, but I'm definitely gonna wait a long time to get in because this is gonna obviously do well, probably well in the short term too. But like for me, I'm just trying to be a holder for projects and people that I think are cool. I don't really care. Like I don't need to get in today. Like even like VFriend Series 2. It's not like they're that expensive. That's like point 0.1 or point 0.2 ETH. But I'm not in a particular. I don't need to be in today. Like there's like almost no benefit to being in any community on a certain day. Like there's almost no reason nowadays. It's just like if you like them, they just wait. Like they'll come down at some point. And I don't really care for the paint.
Especially now,
At some point, I want
it's the height of where it's been in the last year
right.
since they launched. So I agree with you 100%. You can even wait for people to burn this for this to become a PFP collection. Wait a couple of months and then buy the PFP. But it's definitely one that I vibe with. The actual art of it, and I like Pharaoh and I like his story. And yeah, I mean, it reminds me of like a Monet or something, like a really famous artist, but a digital one. It really is cool.
What's
So
Fewocious'
yeah,
story
it's
again?
cool.
Can you give us like an elevator pitch on him?
He's young. I think he's about 16. I don't think he goes by the pseudonym he, to be honest. So I don't really know the correct way to address him. So I'm sorry for how I'm doing it. But a young guy in a troubled, abusive family life that has been able to free himself through that with his success with digital art,
Mm,
and has really been embraced by Web3 and the NFT community for the last 2.5 3 years. Yeah, so
Got
that's a elevator pitch on his background.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, but my apologies for using the wrong pronouns. I'm not good with that at all. I need to get better, and I do understand. But yeah, so yeah, definitely interesting. But are you seeing a lot more mention of